Alright, Shalom Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahawashi, Ba'ashim Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. And hey man, I just want to get into this lesson based upon am I my brother's keeper? You know, and hey, it's through the spirit I found this lesson, you know, because I was reading the book of Ezra, the 9th chapter, and I was actually looking for where Ezra's the Sabbath day, he actually assembled Israel together to read open the book of the law. You know, which if you didn't know, tonight and to tomorrow night is a Sabbath, and then a new Sabbath comes in this Friday into Saturday, this Friday evening into Saturday evening. You know, but you know, I actually ran across Ezra the 9th chapter, and as you'll see, and my Bible has actually a synopsis. It says Ezra's mourned for the affliction of the people with strangers. He prayed unto God with confession of sins. Okay, and Ezra was a leader of the people. You know, just as we are leaders of the people, and we have to look at sin as a grave thing. You know, most of our people don't. You know, and this is why they will get judged for their iniquities. This is why really we all got judged for our iniquities, as we're going to read in a little bit, because the Lord don't care if one of our people went off, man. He's going to judge us as a nation. You know, the Lord has judged us as a nation, man. You know, from every, as Scripture say in 2 Maccabees 1:10 or 2:10, or might be 1 Maccabees 2:10. It says, "What nation have not, you know, taken a part in our spoils? What nations have not had us in captivity, man?" As Scripture also says in Baruch, we are yet in this day in our captivity. You know, because of the iniquities of 2/3, man. All right, because of the iniquities and the wickedness of the 2/3, we are all under this captivity. You know, and we feeling it, man. Us in the truth, following Yahweh Shem Yahushai, pushing to try to follow him to the best of our ability, we definitely feeling it, man. You know, we hate this place, man. You know, and this is why, you know, our apostles and elders, you know, which as the apostles and elders did in the scriptures, you know, they was on dudes that actually went off, man, and teaching others to do so, because that's a grave offense. All right, that's a grave offense to us all, man. You know, so this is the book of Ezra. All right, the book of Ezra. All right, 9:1. Now when these things were done, the princes came to me, saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their abominations, even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Amorites, and the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites. And the Lord specifically told us not to marry amongst these nations, man. The only thing we're supposed to do that's permitted unto us is to marry amongst our own. All right. Why? Because, you know, their gods would turn the hearts of our people away from the true power, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. All right, and as it is written, the Most High is a jealous power. All right, the Most High is our rock. All right, it says, for they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, and that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yea, the hand of the princes and rulers from his chief in this trespass. All right, so hey, man, all our people is going off, man. You know, the rulers of the people. You know, even in Yahushai's time, what the Pharisees, the Sadducees, you know, they were teaching others to do the law. You know, but in their deeds, they weren't actually doing the laws themselves. All right, so it is. You're supposed to be a teacher, you know, but you commit all types of iniquities, man. Just like today, you know, pastors, you know, they say the law is done away with. All right, but you passing the tights around, man. Meanwhile, after church service, you know, you flirting with deacon, you know, Deacon Jacob's wife, man. You know, and you got catfish, catfish dinners and pork chop sandwiches, passed out in the basement, man. Passing them out, selling them in the basement. All types of wickedness, man. And this is why we're in the condition we are today. Why you can't never get ahead. Why your brother's, coming up against, why your brother hates you for no reason, but loves his oppressor. All right. Why you're looked at as black. All right. Why you looked at as a thief and violent. No matter who you are, man. You could be the most soft-spoken, Israelite out there, man. But Esau still looks at you as a threat. Why? Because of your iniquities. Basically, the Lord put these curses upon us, according to Deuteronomy 28th chapter. All right, but reading on, it says, and when I heard this thing, I rent my garment and my mantle and plucked off the hair of my head and of my beard and sat down astonished. Then were assembled unto me every one that is trembled at the words of the power of Israel, because of the transgression of those that had been carried away. And I sat astonished unto the evening sacrifice. And at the evening sacrifice, I rose up from my heaviness, and having rent my garment and my mantle, I fell unto my knees, and spread out my hands unto the Lord my power, and said, O my power, I am ashamed and blush to lift up my face to thee, my power, for our iniquities are increased over our head, and our trespass is grown up into the heavens. Since the days of our fathers have we been in a great trespass unto this day, and for our iniquities have we, our kings and our priests, been delivered into the hand of the kings of the hands to the sword, of the lands to the sword. All right. You had great inquisitions, the Spanish Inquisition, the Portuguese Inquisition. All right. You had, Esau coming over like a madman, killing off you so-called Hispanics and Native Americans. All right, which I say so-called because the Lord knows you as your biblical nationality. All right. What else? Slavery. All right, which really, you had slavery as far as Islamic slave trade, the Eastern slave trade, if you will. All right, all the way up until what? Esau putting you in slavery as far as the transatlantic slave trade, man. You had things even after slavery was supposed to be so-called abolished. You had something known as the Devil's Punch Bowl, man. All right. So it says, to the sword, to captivity, and to a spoil, and to confusion of face, as it is this day. And now for a little space, grace hath been shewed from the Lord our power to leave us a remnant to escape, and to give us a nail in his holy place, that our power may lighten our eyes and give us a little reviving in our bondage. And hey man, when you look at the majority of our existence on this earth, it's been captivity, man. You had times of peace with Solomon, all right, and King David, but for the majority of our existence on this earth, because our people have been constantly time and time again going off, we've known nothing but sorrow. And this is why it's important to get on those that push Israel to go off. Get on the wickedness of our people. Because that's what leaders in the scriptures did, man. Jeremiah, Isaiah. The scriptures speak about how Paul was constantly, in the churches rebuking the wicked. In the book of Acts, the 17th chapter. Just one I could think of, Yahushua, the greatest example of all. He was constantly rebuking wickedness, man. He was constantly cutting up them Pharisees and Sadducees, man. The scriptures even plainly tell us, mark those that cause offenses contrary to the doctrine which you have received, and avoid them. Because if not, you'll end up in this predicament, man, under the basis of men having to work. The more you work, the more they take from you. Subject to sickness, subject to these weak ass bodies, man. All right. Subject to these weak ass bodies. subject to Esau's laws. All right, his wicked ass laws, subject to payments. You know, you got to look out for a wicked ass Israelite, who's really supposed to be your brother, but you can't trust him. You know, because he's always plotting, either trying to take your woman, trying to take your money, take your possessions. So this place is hell, man. And this all came because Jake refused to listen, man. All right. And it says, and now for a little space, grace had been shewed from the Lord our God to leave us a remnant to escape. So the Wadi Yahweh Shim Yahushai for the elect, all right, which are the teachers of Israel, man. You know, those who the Most High has set aside for himself, those who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal, which the image of Baal, all right, is really the idols, all right, and the religion that most of our people succumb to, man. All right, this is why you have, you know, certain things like the Maccabean revolt, you know, which led to what the I want to say the Feast of Dedication, you know, because which the Lord said we are to follow these things in all our generations, you know, because this is what the Lord is pleased with. The Lord is pleased with, you know, righteousness, man. The Lord is pleased with righteousness. All right, the scriptures say the wicked shall be cut off, but the righteous, you know, shall live forever. Roughly paraphrasing, man. You know, scripture. You got scriptures like that. But reading back in the book of Ezra, right? It says, "For we were bondmen, yet our God have not forsaken us in our bondage, but have extended mercy unto us in the sight of the kings of Persia, to give us a reviving, to set up the house of our power, and to repair the desolations thereof, and to give us a wall in Judah and in Jerusalem. And now, O our power, what shall we say after this? For we have forsaken thy commandments, which thou hast commanded by thy servants the prophets, saying, the land unto which ye go to possess it is an unclean land, with the filthiness of the people of the lands, with their abominations, which have filled it from one end to another with their uncleanness. Now therefore give not your daughters unto their sons, neither take their daughters unto your sons, nor seek their peace or their wealth forever, that ye may be strong and eat the good of the land, and leave it for an inheritance to your children forever. And after all that is come unto us for our evil deeds and for our great trespasses, seeing that thou, our power, hast punished us less than our iniquities deserves, and has given us such deliverance as this, should we again break thy commandments and join in infinity with the people of these abominations? Wouldst thou not be angry with us, till thou hast consumed us, so that there should be no remnant nor escaping? O Lord, power of Israel, thou art righteous, for we remain, yet escape as it is this day. Behold, we before thee in our trespasses, for we cannot stand before thee because of this." Okay, so yes, you are your brother's keeper, and you know, as a leader, you know, claim that or believing that you are the elect, you are the Lord's chosen, you're supposed to, as much as possible, all right, put wickedness out, man. You know, this is as a matter of fact, Yahweh Shai told Peter, I think it's Luke 23. It's 22. Luke 22 and 31. "And the Lord says, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan have desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I had prayed for thee that thy faith fail not, and when thou art converted, meaning when thou art brought back to the truth, strengthen thy brethren. And this is what the first thing that Yahweh told Peter after Peter came into the faith, man. You know? So it's not just a me thing, it's a us thing, man. Because, Lord willing, let's say you are the elect, you know, you still got 143,000 left of you, you know, or however many the Lord got on this earth, you know. So it's not about you, it's about, your brethren as well, man. You know, and I had a few more scriptures I wanted to get into. Scriptures also say, you know, tell us to pray for one another. You know, let's see. That precept escapes me. I just had it. Ephesians 1:16, cease not to give thanks for you. 1:15, wherefore I also, after I heard your faith in the Lord Yahweh Shai, and love unto all the saints, cease not to give thanks for you, making mention of you in my prayers. You know, so even praying for brothers too, man. You know, praying for brothers, you know, even if it's in spirit to call a brother, hit him up, man. You know. So, you know, as a leader, this is one of the attributes that we must have. You know. So with that, you know, Lord willing, you I can edify. Shalom to the elect.